So yeah, Uber Chronicles Part 2. So a I'm definitely getting a dash cam. Okay. So when people get a ride from me, it'll say this person has a dash cam for their safety because I've been in rides that have dash cams. Not only that, last night, okay, so after I declined all the baseball stadium, whatever they was throwing down there, after I declined all these rides, they gave me a ride that paid like $11 and something. I said, let me take it because I had to decline these rides. I couldn't get to these people. I'm not here to socially explain to you that nobody's waiting for you to walk out of the parameters at the baseball field, right? To get a ride. I'll come in and say, hey, you got to get outside of the barricade, of the police. I can't help you, and I'm not gonna wait. You, it's enough Ubers out here for you to rebook a ride, right? That's just through social experiment. You got to learn that you're inside of a blocked in parameter, and they're not letting nobody in. Okay, they should even have a designated spot for Uber to come pick people up from stadiums and stuff. Okay, during big events. Okay, so this guy is getting off work and say he on the left hand side. Uber got him walking from the right side. But when he walked up, he was actually coming from the left side. And he said he don't know why Uber always having people go to the right. So he gets in the car. I go over a half a mile down the road. He told me he's going to Orange Park. Next thing you know, he says, wait, I left my laptop in my backpack. I said, sir, I gotta stay on route. First of all, I didn't like the fact that he sat behind me and not diagonal to me. Most men that respect you and know that I'm a female driving, they will sit diagonal to you. You don't let nobody sit behind you. So, I got to take him a long trip. So I asked him, I said, if you mind if I play music? He was like, no. I was like, what do you do? He said, I'm a cook. And I was, I started getting into what does he cook? I like to go out and try different foods. And that's when he mentioned, soon as we was about to get on the highway, okay, he says, this is the ride where I forgot to tell him to edit it. And I really didn't want to go to Orange Park for $11. I didn't want to go 18 miles or 17 miles for $11 and be out of my area because I got to drive back 25 miles to get home. I know about the Orange Park thing. With I calculate everything. So I'm like, he's like, I left my laptop in my book bag. Now let me tell you something. This is critical that you understand this. Somebody say they left something or they need to turn around and go back. You can't have somebody sitting behind you or even in your back seat. You can't have somebody sitting behind you or you're in back seat and they're not getting the service that they need. Even if they've made a mistake, you have to try to figure it out. So I said, through common courtesy, sir, I'm going to circle back around the block. So that would have been like over a mile or something out of my way. And I'm going to let you out at that red light or whatever. I'm going to pull over to the side. So the building right there, the red light right here, but the building is right there. I said, but I'm not waiting for you. Because see, he gets Ubers every night. You know you need your backpack. You know you need your cell phone. You know you need your phone charger. You know everything that you need. Like how did you wait outside for Uber before you got your stuff? So this is the first person who gave me a bad rating. I know this for a fact. But this is what he was supposed to do. Technically, this is what he was supposed to do because Uber need to know why you're going out of route for your own safety. He was supposed to configure his route and go back to his location. So you pull up, change, or remove, stop. It's a little hyperlink. You click the hyperlink, change or remove, stop. Boom. Then he was supposed to remove where he was going to Orange Park and add the restaurant he come from, right? It would have rerouted me automatically. Uber would have rerouted me back around there. As we're driving around there, he was supposed to re-add the stop to the to where he was going in Orange Park. And Uber would have rerouted me the same way I did the man at the but I didn't have time to explain this because I know shit when I see it, okay? So I said, due to common courtesy, because I need to get him out the car. I didn't want to drop him off down the street. I thought by me bringing him back to the building he come from, he would have been appreciative of that. But Uber charged him like $3.60, and I wasn't going to refund it. I wasn't going to refund it because he's been riding in an Uber long enough to know how to adjust his route. You live in Orange Park, dude. You know for a fact that you need to adjust this route so that you can go back and get your backpack, your computer. Do you know how many people Friday night wanted me to stop by a store, stop by ATM, turn around and go back? Now, this is the icing on the cake. Here I am at the beach on Beach Boulevard. I go to pick up. This is another thing. Uber should have you clarify how many people riding. You should never be surprised when if it say, oh, go pick up Tiffany, and Tiffany got 3 people with them. We should know that before we get there. There should not be a surprise. Never. So that's a big flaw. That's a major flaw. So it's a guy name. I think it was a guy name. Another thing, when you go back and refer to the ride, it only shows the locations and the money. It doesn't show the name that they use when you pick the person up. I'm going to go back and look at it. But they said that a person named Sophia reported me for discriminatory purposes. And I said, I'm assuming that's the last ride that I had. So let me tell you what these people did. These are real Uber Chronicles. Like, you don't have to worry about somebody attempting to rob you, hijack you. You have to worry about emotional trauma people. Let me explain something to you. So I go into this neighborhood, nice neighborhood, pick up these people. This guy thinks his companion that he's with tonight stole his keys. I know this for a fact. Let me hip you to something. He had to literally get in the Uber ride and waste money to get his mind together. So she's so sweet and adorable and, oh baby, da da da. Okay, boom. She doing what she doing. She playing her game, right? They see, another thing about foreign people that's in American relationships, they play crazy, but they know more than you do. You just have to observe it. And I think because I observed it and seen it, I was a threat to her. I'm going to explain something to you. So we're riding down the road. He was like, I got to find a way to break in the house because I can't get in. I don't have my keys. He's waiting for her to say, baby, I know where your keys are at. So he finally breaks down. It doesn't make no sense to go here because he don't want to break in his house. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense to go here. We need to go back. My keys got to be where I left them. I said, sir, wait a minute. Now here we go again. I done drove 2 miles down the road. Now you decide that you need your keys so bad that you need me to turn around. I cannot do that. I said, adjust the route. He had an iPhone. And iPhone don't have the back button, the front button, and nothing like Android. And I'm Android committee to this day. Like, if you ain't got no back button, I can't help you. Everybody need a back button, a menu button, a list of all your. If you ain't got them 3 buttons, I can't help you. Okay. So next thing you know, I said adjust the route. They hand me the phone. I can't pull it up. Guess who did it? The girl that barely speaks English. He couldn't even do it. He's American, speak English. He didn't know how to edit it. She edited it very fast. She literally canceled. No, he put the wrong thing in there. He put it in as an extra stop. So Uber would have still had me drive to his house, then turn around and go back to their house. I said, no, you need to delete it. Delete all of that stuff and just go back to your house. And then the third stop, like that, she did it all. I don't know how she did it so fast. She went from a person barely speaking English to a person, and I was just wild, okay? She went from a person barely speaking English to operating his phone like she been here her whole life. So we turn back around. We go back. These people are outside. They hand him the keys. Then the next stop was to take him back where he come from. I took him back where they come from. And then Uber took me on a different route. Last time Uber wanted me to go on the highway. So why on earth would Uber take me on a different route? I said, wow, Uber taking me a different route this time. Where were y'all going? And it was like, Uber do that sometimes. It was like, Uber would take us on the highway sometimes. Sometimes Uber would take us through the red lights. I was like, okay. This is the embarrassment point. She was already embarrassed. But before we got that situated to get their keys, I enlightened his brain. This helped him. I said, well, sir, if you can't find your keys, if I were you, I would change the locks. And I said it with exertion. I said, I would change the locks. Because he kept talking to that woman as if she knew where his keys was. Baby, please help me find my keys. You sure you don't have my keys? You checked your purse. And I was like, well, you know what, y'all? If y'all can't find the keys, you should change the lock, sir. That's all I said. And it was like a light bulb. I was playing the jazz music and everything, friendly music to people so people could get in the. And they should have been thankful for the people that came from Amtrak. That's right. Because after a certain while in Jacksonville, people be waiting. People be waiting like 30 minutes for you to deliver and drop off people to come pick you up. Oh, yeah. It's serious out here in these Uber streets, okay? So they should be thankful for the Amtrak people that showed up. Because I picked up some people from the Amtrak on the north side and took them to the beach, okay? And then all I had to do was go down the street to pick them up. So they should be thankful. They don't even think about all of that, okay? But so I drop them off and I pull up to the keypad because these gated communities are like 5 miles deep, 4 miles deep, 3 miles deep. And it ain't no fun game being stuck at the gate. So he said, oh my God, I don't know my gate code. He's very dramatic. He was like, just let us out here. And he's looking at her, baby, we got to walk. We got to walk. Let's just walk. So I guess they have a side gate that you could just walk through, but they don't allow you to drive through. Big old tall gate, okay? And I looked at him and I looked at her, and I guess she felt very defiled. I don't know if I'm saying it right. She felt like she was being judged at her highest peak. I would say within 8 minutes, I had a thing that said I was being discriminatory towards someone. And her name was Sophia. And so I went back to look at the rides. It doesn't show the names. So I'm like, how you gonna tell me that somebody did a report on me, but I can't even see the name from the ride to compare the ride to the trip? So I don't know if it was the last ride I had or 10 rides ago, but they made the comment 8 minutes ago. So after that, I realized I didn't have a 5.0 star rating no more. I had a 4.78. So not only did the guy that I nicely took back over a mile to get him back to his place and told him I'm canceling the ride, you ended the ride early because they put on their end ride early. And that's the truth. Dude, you're supposed to be ready. Let me tell you something. Let's say I got to go to the airport or something. I never knew this, that you could cancel the ride. I knew you can get out and make the ride shorter, but the people still get the money they were supposed to be paid, right? Because it's been plenty of times I'll be like in LA, right? And I'll be like, oh, I want to stop by here, but they supposed to be taking me one more mile down the street. I'll be like, oh, just let me out here. Boom. They let me out there, and it's a button that says, person wanted to get out early. Boom. That's simple, right? But I never knew that I could say, oh, stop here, then reroute me to here. I didn't know that about it. So that's why I say Uber should be training these passengers about how to adjust their route, their stops, their locations. They just need to know that, okay? Now, if you're dealing with some dangerous, vindictive type people, like that's a bit mischievous, you just got to be up and at it, okay? But yeah, I know where all the damage started, and the damage started with that guy. They had to pay the $3 because he left his book bag. Because he didn't want to change his route. He just thought that I should turn around and go wait on him. No, I'm going to turn around and let you out because I'm human. That's the most humane thing I could do. But what about the people who wanted me to take them home? They said, that's the wrong location. Just take us back where you got us from. Dude, you're 8 miles from where I got you from. You're only a 1.4 miles from where you told me to take you. I say, I'm going to take you there and you just get another Uber, or you need to edit the route. It's not my fault. You got to get it together. I'm going to tell you why it's not my fault. Me being the person that I am in Oregon party, it's something about Oregon where I just can be myself. It's something about the energy there. I could just be myself. I'm on cloud nine. My drunk butt, beyond tipsy, ordered an Uber. Uber picked me up, bus three lefts, brought me back to the same fine dining restaurant I left. It was $16. I said, oh my God, ma'am. She said, you don't have to get out, just adjust the route. She didn't cancel it out or nothing. So I put in there change route. I don't remember doing it, because I was tipsy. That was like months ago. And probably a year ago now. But I was beyond tipsy. And she said, just take your time and find the right. She didn't say the ride was over. See, she circled me back around, and I was able to verify that, dang, I sent her to pick me up here and drop me off here. I was lit, okay? I didn't get mad at this lady or nothing. I didn't take out no anger on her. She let me calm down and figure it out. So I put in there where I needed to go. My ride came up to like 30 some extra dollars. Swear to God. Okay? And I was like, shoo. But I knew what it was. I was downtown. They was picking me up from a nice fine dining restaurant, and they had to take me. So why not tax me, right? So I had to cough up that money. And I didn't give this lady no 1 star, 2 star, 3 star because I had to break bread. You just got to learn the app. And maybe they don't want you to learn the app. Maybe they want you to cough up that dough. Some type of way it ends up working out in their favor, you know. But y'all, there's no way that you can go uh from 5 star to 4 star just that fast. You ain't said nothing to nobody wrong. You ain't said nothing out the way. You haven't said anything racist. These people think they can mishandle you, misuse you, and underpay you, and think you're just supposed to work like clockwork for them. So again, what do you do when a driver has all these demands while en route? First of all, if they have to turn around and go back, they have to put en route that they're going back. You could be 2 or 3 miles down the road and they decide that they left something that they need. So they have to change the route. That's right. Uber will recalculate it and take you back. You don't turn around and go back. Uber will recalculate it and take you back. And then it will give them 120 seconds to go handle their business before they go to their next stop. That's all I got to say. These are Uber Chronicles. Again, I'm getting a dash cam. I'm about to go look it up now. See, can I purchase one at Best Buy and hook it up and get an SD card or whatever I need, because I will not be violated and I will not be. And I told Uber said, if you get another remark saying that you discriminated against people, we will remove you from the app. I said, listen, if you allow lies to dictate who I am or where I come from or how I handle my business, remove me from the app. Okay? Like I say, this is a sport. This is a social experiment. I'm not here to adjust to somebody's needs. I'm here to practice safety. Safety comes first. If a person has to be rerouted or stopped, they need to put it in the app, or they need to cancel their ride and get out. I am not Captain Save-A-Ho. I'm not here to save you. You're not an elderly person that need these type of assistance and these type of amenities. You are a full functioning young lad, young lady that needs to know your shit before you operate this app. It ain't me, it's them. And it's just funny how I got clammed down with all these people with all these demands. And I never knew I could do a stop between a stop. I'm learning this because I'm a Uber driver now. You know what I mean? And the last thing I need is somebody giving me a list of things saying that I'm discriminating against them. And all I did was tell them, you have to adjust your route or go to the location that you paid for. I could let you out early. It's a button that says person decided to get out early. Okay? These people are literally breaking down. Like you left your iPad, how do you say it? Apple laptop. You left your Apple laptop at work in a book bag. I would be concerned too, but you need to adjust the route. You need to change route, put back in your work location, and remove the route to Orange Park, period. And if they don't know how to do that, you need to train them how to do it. It's not the driver responsibility. You know what I mean? But like I say, I'm always for hitting the lick. So if I got to turn around and take them back, they got to adjust it. Uber got to calculate that to take me back. I'm not just going to take them back. Okay? I'm not. That's not my route. That's against my safety. That's against my protocol. Okay? Period. So, it is what it is. So there we have it. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. I'm coming with more Uber Chronicles. I'm sure I am. But this time I have a dash cam for my safety, and I could just roll it back. You understand? And this one guy that tipped me $5 and gave me 5 stars. He said, everybody want like this type of music. And I wasn't listening to the lyrics. It was a vibe. It was like low and it had the beats, and the music is to keep me moving a little bit. And they're going out, like they're going to the bars and the clubs. So you think they want to get ready. That's like a stripper getting in your car. Or somebody going down to Hop Tinger or Hawkers. They ready to get the music in them. Like this one girl, I think she spoke Russian. Like she literally wrote me in Russian. Like, how you going to school down the street on university, but you just wrote me in Russian? But Uber translated it though. And she came out dazzling with her beautiful like dress on and the shimmy with the silver on it and stuff and her boots. And she was like, "What's the name of this song? I want it." But she wrote me in Russian. I never understood why she texted me an English person in Russian, but she spoke to me in English in the car. But Uber told me to take her to the right. It said, turn right. I said, "Ma'am, Uber is telling me to turn right, but the thing said take you to Hoptinger. Where would you like me to go?" Out of common courtesy, I turned left and I took her to the building that she wanted to go to. Does that make sense? I have common courtesy, okay? But people don't understand that. And so, but the man gave me a valuable lesson. Let's get back to that. So, when people that are not my race or not young, they're not saying, turn that shit up, you know what I mean? I just turn it off. And then if they're older people, I play a little jazz, you know what I mean? But other than that, I just turn it off. And another thing, if you hear somebody clearing their throat and stuff, don't be afraid to roll the windows down. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's spores, their energy or what, but I've had several times where somebody could get in the car and I start breathing and all this start tingling like I'm breathing something from their home. And I literally had to roll the window down and I had to start gagging one time. It was strange. And I looked back at that man. I said, "I don't know what you brought from your home, but this ain't gonna work." Okay. I rolled them windows down. And he kept going, oh, no, dude, you need a mask. You need a mask. What are you doing? And you about to go around about a bunch of people going, But he said, "Ma'am, I don't mind this music. I'm about to go out. But if my grandmother was in here, she wouldn't like this music." And I said, so I'm glad you said that. Thanks for the information. I said, because I wasn't even listening to the lyrics. I was just listening to the instrumental part of it because it was low. You know what I mean? It was low. And it was just a vibe. It wasn't like I was listening to the lyrics. But people that are not they don't listen to your genre, they don't feel the music. They listen to the lyrics. So he helped me out there. So like I say, day 1, day 2, day 3, 5 stars. $5 tip, $5 tip, $5 tip. Then day 4, let's wipe the smile off this lady face. Let's take her cheery, nice self out of the game. And that's exactly what happened. Then we have Unearth the Magic, the Truth of Death Century.